Alright, it is April 1st. Your April Fool's joke was I have a literal fuck ton of dual power coming, which is true, so joke's on me, but we'll get to that. So we have to begin our metagame discussion. Now, just because there's not a ban list doesn't mean that we haven't seen abnormalities running around for the format. So I don't know how intensive we're going to go with this. Last time we did literally 7 videos. Now, the format's a little bit more stale. I do want to talk about the effects of dual power in a later video, and I also want to talk about some other things, but part 1 is going to be dedicated to the heavy hitters of the metagame. So give me some likes on this video, and we'll film these each day, because I'm afraid there's going to be a ban list. No filming in advance. Let's dig on into this discussion, shall we? Hee I too am anime. So, first deck I actually want to talk about is Evil Eye. Now, this deck has been an abnormality for literally its existence now. Everybody and their mother was like, oh my god, Witchcraft is the better deck. Oh my god, Tonka Toys is good. Well, Papa Robbie was right, of course. So, we have Evil Eye actually being a relatively good deck, at least on a local and I think regional level, honestly, but I've hyped up Manhunt to be the card that saves the deck. Manhunt's just a fucking really good card. And I know Manhunt helps True Draco. I get it. Like, I read that comment like 30 times. It's like, Robbie, why are you hyping up Evil Eye when you've got, you know, True Draco over the... I know. But anyway, we have Evil Eye. The deck is a very good stun deck. Holy shit. Having played against the deck and the little cute things and little intricacies that the deck can actually do, it's pretty good. I'm not going to lie about that. But if any sort of disruption like Ash Effect Veiler comes down and you can't see the Evil Eye of Selene, you're going to have an issue. But 95% of the time, I don't think that the deck is necessarily bad. It's just you get to your combo pieces, you're able to get your Dryden on, and you helmet up with your protection. You're not going to be in a shitty position. At least that's the way I see it. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it is. To those of you that are like, who's the Dryden? It's the Evil Eye Selene, or the main Cerziel with the equip spell turns himself into a Dryden, which is pretty good actually. Deck's overall like decently consistent as long as you don't see a hand trap. I mean, the deck does kind of tear Solid apart. It's a really strange thing to say, but you know, I will say that. So yes, I do think that we will have at least some people trying this, because out of the set I think this is the best, but people will try to prove me wrong, but results only just solidifies this. So good job, Evil Eye. Like, you get to sit at the dinner table. Now next up we have to talk about Thunder. Everybody, including me, has been laughing at Thunder because of the triangle. Like, literally you have Sky Striker, you have Salamangreat, and you have Thunder. Thunder has struggled so hard to get a fucking win this format. It is laughable. And everybody has been making fun of the deck so much. There was some shitty meme that was going around. It was just Thunder getting kicked off of the dinner table by Solid and Sky Striker being called a disappointment. It was beautiful, but it's sad because this deck evolved out of its good matchup. I say that because when Solid didn't exist, we had a Thunder deck that could compete with Sky Striker, but Thunder itself could not beat Solid. Once again, that little triangle you're also used to seeing, Thunder had to kind of give up some of its momentum to adjust to the Solid matchup, which inherently just allowed Sky Striker to kind of walk in and over it. But Faisal Khan played Thunder, did well at the ARG. I know a lot of people be like, oh, it's an ARG, you're going to discredit it, it's fine. They got something. Alright, like, take your trophies where you can get them. A win is a win. Alright, but majorly and competitively, Thunder just has been fucking slacking as of late. It's not that the deck is inherently bad, it's just, it almost seems in all of its other rounded matchups that it's struggling, which is really weird. But it is honestly the third best deck in the format. I don't have any argument or anything with that. The fact that it gets access to Vanity's Fiend and things on the side also just helps your matchup inherently better, but once again, you kind of have to hard draw those pieces, and it just almost seems that other decks are better than it. Hi Solid, hi Sky Striker. But like I said, deck sets third place at the dinner table. I don't see any big issue here. Now, next up on the list, we still have Salamangreat. Now, hashtag Ban Gazelle has been going viral. It's going really great. I didn't start it. Just some shit going around in Zodiac. I think that Salad is the second most consistent deck in the format. Now, when the deck bricks, it bricks. All right, like you do play your fair share of Garnets because Balinix needs to be able to search things, but it's not the issue here. You just have a very good deck that wants to go first, that has very good bounceability built into the deck. Your back row matchup is actually pretty good, but the problem is, unlike Sky Striker, who can adjust for first or second, inherently the deck's going second is not that great. Now, I'm not trying to dissuade and be like, oh, that's the reason that you won't do your thing. But if you're a Salad player and you play in a 10-round tournament and you just play fucking decks that are infinitely better than you, yeah, 10-round tournament going second, losing 10 dice rolls is not unheard of. But like, you're just going to be at such a disadvantage if your build is built for going first. It's a bad example, but like, I don't know. I just think that the little intricacies, the slightly higher brick rate than other decks, and almost strangely enough, just the deck itself, like having an 1800 beater and like 2 good back row and possibly whatever extenders that you set up and a hand trap might not always be the most best board you can put up, but I mean, you have a consistency on your side for the most part if you don't open up your bricks. I mean, literally, you can build a board off of the shittiest situations. So it's high risk versus high reward, I almost feel, with that deck. But it's definitely the second most consistent deck in the format. The deck's power scaling is ridiculous for what it brings to the dinner table in today's format, and it's kind of cheap and affordable, unless you need Phantasmes. But, it's a discussion for another day. So there's that. Now, we have Sky Striker. Sky Striker, my opinion, and I think everybody else agrees that this is the best deck in the format. It's not unbeatable, alright, by any stretch of the imagination, but the deck still acts as spellbooks, still has infinite resources to gain from being itself and just doing Sky Striker-y things. But the reason people are hitting on this, or want this deck dead now, is it's been here for so long. Being a consistent powerhouse sitting at the dinner table for so long does get on the community's bad side. And I can agree with that. Consistency is a bad thing, and people want to start taking away that consistency from it, which is understandable. When you've seen a deck do as good as Sky Striker, I understand that you want to take things. And, multi-roll has been one of those objectable points. Now, I can't tell you what to do against it. Hopefully Cyber Dragons coming back into the format will make Sky Striker a little bit more unplayable, especially when you guys get what is it? The new little guy. I can't remember his name at the moment. I always like to think that Cyber Dragons are the reason Sky Striker does terrible. It's just me. It's not you guys. But more OTK decks in the format. I hate the Cyber Dragon matchup. That OTK based bullshit is dumb as hell. But I digress. We have just something as consistent as Sky Striker. It's no reason why the deck is winning so well. On a regional level, though, the deck does struggle with Rogue, which is strange. Like, it depends on your Rogue days. But once again, I digress. It just kind of depends on things. But yes, most consistent deck in the format, number 1 on top of the food chain, absolutely. Now, the last thing I actually want to talk about here is whatever the hell is going on with a Danger Zombie. Now, this has been a consistent topper, and by consistent, there's been one guy. We had top 2 events, and yes, I know, I need to talk about Pendulum Edition, alright, that'll be a later video, alright guys? You have this one guy that always joins the fray, and he's playing Danger Zombie, and every time I actually look at Danger Zombie as a deck, I'm like, how the fuck do you work? Now, obviously, Zombie World plus big fire-breathy dragon guy, with 2 effects that you could use a turn, actually isn't terrible, plus a danger engine to net you cards. Plus, you can do things. It's a lot more consistent than the Shiranui zombie build that other players were trying at the time because, consistency reasons. But, once again, it just kind of depends on that thing. But Zombie World is not a bad card right now, ladies and gentlemen. I do think that, depending on the matchup, it might not be a terrible choice to play, but that does not mean that it is the end-all, be-all to all situations. I think that we have enough Danger Thunder or Thunder running around that one zombie deck always consistently getting into top cut is not surprising. You know, once again, if you play against X deck X times in a day, you know, you're bound to hit your matchup that you're going to like. You just kind of have to wiggle your way around the other shit matchups. I mean, like, the deck does kind of struggle against Striker sometimes. It just, did you get to go first? Can you put Fire Breathing Dragon on the board? You know, it's all the little things like this that you have to ask yourself in terms of consistency reasons. But deck's doing good enough. It's an interesting enough concept that we are here where we are with the deck. So I do think, you know, it's probably 6 or 7 on the list. It just kind of depends. You got moderation in between. So just look out for this video. If you guys want a part 2, please leave a comment down below. See what I can cook up for Tuesday when we do Market Watch. But outside of that, guys, take care. Peace. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.